Seth Rogen stars as Seth Rogen in a sequel to a Seth Rogen movie. Neighbors 2 is the sequel to the 2014 comedy hit Neighbors. It stars Seth Rogen, Zac Efron, and the love of my life, Rose Byrne. From what I remember of the first Neighbors movie, I found it entertaining enough. I think it had likable characters, good premise, a couple good gags, a couple good lines of dialogue, but I don't remember much of it. I haven't rewatched it since I didn't think it was overly hilarious. But this movie had good trailers, and I was actually kind of looking forward to this movie. And, whenever I look forward to a movie, it always ends up disappointing me, and the case is no different with this movie. I actually like Seth Rogen. I like his movies. I think he's a funny guy. He kind of fell into the trap that most comedic actors do, where they just end up playing themselves in this movie. But the difference between, him and Adam Sandler, who does that in every movie, is that Seth Rogen's funny, and that he puts effort into making his scenes. They aren't just 90-minute commercials for Adam Sandler and his SNL friends and their sponsorships. Seth Rogen feels above that. This movie just didn't click for me, to be honest, in terms of its comedy. The premise is the exact same, except instead of a fraternity moving in, it's a sorority, and instead of the parents, Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, just trying to get some sleep, they're trying to sell their house. And they have 30 days to just not screw anything up with that house, and the buyers will buy it. So then when sorority moves in, Rose Byrne and Seth Rogen just go over there, be nice, and say, hey, don't party. And the sorority just completely shuts them down, which makes them completely unlikable, in my opinion. With the first movie, it was more of a power struggle between the fraternity and Seth Rogen, and you can see where both sides are coming from. In this movie, you're firmly on the side of Seth Rogen and his crew because they're just more logical, and the sorority is painted as villains, which is disappointing because they try to make you sympathize with them, because for sororities in the United States, they can't throw parties in their house, only fraternities can, and that's an actual real thing. You should look it up. So they bring up the sexist thing, but you're already against them, and the sexist thing, makes you sympathize with them a little bit, but not enough to, win you back. It's not as clear. You're just clear cut on Seth Rogen's side of the whole. There's also some really unbelievably stupid things that happen in the movie that defy logic. There's a scene where people just rob somebody's house, and they're like, we can't call the police. I'm like, why not? You have evidence, and it just completely breaks my immersion into the movie. But that stuff I mentioned would be alright. It really doesn't matter when you have a comedy film. The point of a comedy film is to make you laugh, and this movie just did not make me laugh. I think I laughed at one or two lines that were kind of clever, but there's no standout gags, there's no standout lines. There's really nothing memorable about this movie. So I'm going to talk about Zac Efron. I really like Zac Efron as an actor. Actually, I'm not jealous of him because he's prettier than me. But he's actually a really good actor. He's kind of, being typecast in these R-rated comedy things. I think this is going to be the second of 5 R-rated comedies just this year. I'd like to see him branch out a bit more because he actually shows his dramatic chops in this movie, which I didn't expect. I wish he would do, some more stuff that would show his range. So overall, I'd say pass on this one. If you're just needing to see a comedy in the theaters, go see The Nice Guys or go see Keanu if that's still out. Keanu made me laugh a lot more. I haven't reviewed it, but it's pretty funny. So on a scale of Adam Sandler to Dave Chappelle, I'm going to give this movie a Jimmy Fallon, and I'll see you all later. Bye.